I want to more. Wow. I want a lot of
This is a Vintage Talkshow with Femi Akintunde-Johnson.
Oh. Good morning. Good, lovely morning. You're welcome to the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge and friends. It's a lovely 25th day of October 2025. It's going to be every time. I have a long lost friend who just joined us. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Fudge. Well, my people with me. Let me first welcome the dark damsel. He's looking sporty this morning. I was wondering, is she matching, do some work for this and that? She's like a closet socialist. Good morning this morning. Ogundadegbe, good morning.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to another great and beautiful day. It's the last Saturday in the month of October. We are welcoming you. Stay with us as we give you sweet and exciting things.
Sweet and exciting things. Great. Okay. Um, my surprise guest. It's been quite a while. We have seen him, and he's here. Prim and proper, early even. That's a great one. Nice to have you this morning, Alex Ogundadegbe. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Lagos. I must say it's great to be back. I've been away for some time, but we're going to have a great time together today, hopefully, and we'll be able to reflect on what goes on around us and make useful contributions.
Thank you. Before we launch further, I'll let us to share as usual that we'll continue to speak truth to power here and shine light on dark sports. But before we start, I'm told that we got to go to the commercial department. We'll be back shortly.
This streaming is a bit dark.
There's no lights in the house.
Okay.
You mean at my end?
No. It's in the studio. Yeah, it's talking about. You don't see what I the switches, whether they go to a light. Aha, I mean, it's much better.
Much better now.
It's much better. I was wondering.
Join the conversation with the hashtag NRA2025.
Let me test. Ari, can you join us at 8 o'clock? What's on that? They're sending the link. Any message from Mr. T? Okay, we are back. As quickly as that. Let's start with the quote for the week on this show. And here he goes. He says, "He who does not cultivate his field will die of hunger." It's an Ethiopian saying. If you do not cultivate your field, you know, is it what they call those things, Trojans, or is it ninjas that will help you do it, or in your dream world? You likely die of hunger. So what it means is work hard. You have an investment, work on it, plow the field, sow, the tender or tend it, and then you'll be able to harvest. But if you raise your hand and you are always sleeping and watching, then God is for us all. The hunger that will walala you, it will be out of this world. And then God will say, "You're a very silly person. You're not a serious person." They give you investment or they give you an opportunity. You're only watching and looking without nurturing it. So cultivate your field so you won't die of hunger. Okay, okay. Going further, our knowledge booster this month is a little bit interesting. Because my people have a saying that sounds like this, and they say science wants to confirm. Now we call these fact checking knowledge boosters. You might have heard or read stuff like, "Did you know that thunder never strikes the same place twice?" Alex, have you heard that before?
Is
Yes,
it thunder
thunder
or
never
lightning?
strikes.
Would that be thunder or
Well,
lightning?
I don't know the same thing.
It's
Okay,
lightning that's
thunder
lightning is the
lightning.
electricity in the sky. Thunder is the sound.
Okay, so lightning does not strike two times, Abby. You
Yes,
have
I
heard it
think it's
before.
lightning. Yeah.
Okay, the fact checker says it is false. The old saying sounds catchy, but it's completely wrong. Thunder is just the sound caused by lightning, and lightning can and often does strike the same place. It strikes the same place more than once. In fact, tall structures like radio towers, skyscrapers, and trees are frequent targets because they provide the easiest path for electrical discharge. So I can imagine the telcos
Yeah.
masts, radio masts, and all that. He said, for example, the New York's Empire State Building is struck by
Building. Yeah.
lightning about 20 to 25 times every year. So next time you hear that thunder or lightning never strikes the same place twice, remember it is lightning that does the striking, and it certainly has favorite spots. It hits anyhow. Your man will say, it would be or something like that. Enjoy language or something. The thing can strike like 20 times. So if you are tall enough to receive the charge, the electrical charge. Oh, science. Okay, let me ask before I move on. I played my first music this morning. Alex, is it fair? Uh, what happened during the week that struck out for you or that stood out for you? Uh, yeah, anything particularly, just briefly?
I don't have any
Well,
for now.
You slept throughout the week.
No.
Okay. Uh,
Okay. I remember one now. Davido giving back to society through education. Yes, he did
uh,
something for Clifford University in Abeokuta.
oh, okay. The
Yes,
the
yes,
hostel
yes,
in
yes,
his is it mother's name or
yes.
grandmother's
His
name?
mother's name. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, that stood out for you.
Yes.
Okay, not is a 100 million dash to somebody ahead.
No, not that
Oh,
one.
oh, not that one. Okay, okay. Okay, Alex, how about you?
Nothing really. Everything that I took notes of was more of negative.
Okay, don't let them turn you to me. Akintabola said, I'm always against the government." Okay, let's move on. We'll play our first music. It's a nice one. By Ajebo Hustlers. It's called the Barao Remix featuring Davido, Talk of the Angel. Oh my.
You don't want to call him a devil.
What did you say?
I said you don't want to call Davido a devil. You know the saying actually is speak of the devil.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to I don't want to mention devil. I don't want to refer to somebody as devil.
Speak of the devil and he will appear.
Mm, mm. I'm not part of his congregation.
I'm thinking all the ministers should go through an NYSC screening.
Where is the validation, Abby? You
Yeah,
don't know
because
who has forged certificate.
yeah, it keeps happening. We don't know what. Now they are
They
looking
should
at
go
the
through NYC
your
validation and
yeah.
drug tests. You never know.
Talk about the
It's quite
interior minister.
embarrassing. They are
Yeah,
already accusing
yeah.
Tunji Ojo of a similar thing now.
They say he got his
Why is it
certificate
difficult
in
for them to pass through all these
2023.
things? Eh?
Mm.
Ah, it's such a brilliant chap. At least from what we hear about his work. Why do you have such a K leg in background?
I don't know. I don't know. And now you have people who are really running checks. They're looking for flaws. So
No, it's a brief chat. No. But if it's okay, it's like asking somebody about a question. You don't have to prepare elaborate. But you can leave it. Mr. Tim may join it. Okay, this country now. Wow. It will turn good. As if we are going back on that. As if get ready. Bam, 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 bam. That was Barao remix. Ajabo Hustlers featuring Davido. We are back to the Vintage Talk Show and we are on entertainment news. Thank God Fair is right here. Are you ready for us?
Yes, I am ready.
Let's shoot.
Sashino Peters speaks on his fan base. Afro Juju legend Sashino Peters has shared surprising details about his early life, revealing he became a father at 14, owned his first car at 13, and built a house by 16. Now 67, the screener says he no longer feels creatively inspired in today's music scene. Interestingly, he noted that about 65% of his fans are Igbos, not Yorubas, adding that though they keep asking for new music, the atmosphere isn't right anymore.
Hmm.
What a story.
Hmm. What
That
does he
is
want
it.
us to learn from this one now?
Mm. He said something outrageous.
Eh?
He said he has more green hits than Michael Jackson. I don't
He just
know.
maybe maybe they did the interview at a party. He was just having a fling, and maybe it was a little bit, he doesn't drink anyhow, so maybe he was just having fun.
Yeah, because
How do you equate yourself with how do you equate yourself with Michael Jackson? By any
Calm down.
stretch of imagination. Yes, you have done fantastically well. Ace was fantastically produced work. Was all over the place, mania, experience, and all that. But do not that you compare yourself to Michael Jackson. No, so we just laugh over it. It's supposed to be like it's something like a joke. I don't know why you're taking it seriously, Alex. I don't think you meant it to be. I think
uh,
it was just fibs. It,
well,
it
like
won't
you
be
said,
serious.
I laughed over it, but we have to give him his
Yeah, that's what.
flowers. He's a great composer.
Yes,
He has done well. Yeah.
yes. Yes, what he did to Juju will never be forgotten. With
Yeah.
Afro Juju and all that, you know. But this list he gave us is not really exemplary. It's not something to be a father at 14 is
Not
incredible.
really a role model,
Incredible.
I say.
No, that's not the role model. Yeah. Anyway, at 67, we are at liberty to spoon off anything. Yeah. Before our eyes, icons are getting older. And
Yeah.
well, how do we say now? Do we say congratulations to him now for for all this for all these landmarks he has rolled out? Oh my, that one will not kill us. Okay, congratulations, Shino Peters. Yeah, he has done his census and he has confirmed that 65% of his fans are non-Yoruba speakers. Fantastic for him. If the algorithm works for you, well, who's arguing with it? Good for you. Let's move on.
Ned Nwoko breaks silence
Oh,
on marriage.
Oh
Senator
my
Ned
God.
Nwoko has addressed growing concerns over his marriage to actress Regina Daniels after a viral video showed her looking distressed. In a lengthy Instagram post, he attributed her behavior to what he described as drug-influenced struggles, claiming her alleged battle with substance abuse has strained their relationship. He urged her to continue rehabilitation, saying he fears for her safety.
Mm.
oh. Uh, Alex, what do you have to say to this?
I feel quite
Where I say what's my
discouraged. I've been following, I've been reading reluctantly, I must say reluctantly, the stories that have trended on Facebook and other social media. I find it quite beneath both of them to make this public.
mm,
And these are
mm,
personal issues. When a celebrity or whoever has drug or addiction problems, it's in secrecy you're supposed to treat that individual. And we hear Regina also saying all kinds of private things about this senator. I feel it's very unfortunate. And also adding to that, it's also been unfortunate that content creators are now latching on to this. I don't see what is to gain in all this.
well, I think the Facebook post of Daddy Wilson speaks to my mind completely. The Ned Nwoko Abi?
Yes,
That's
yes,
his name.
yes, yes.
He's a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And now you come out to speak so fragrantly, so carelessly about your wife, supposed wife, about your private affair, in whatever the provocation. It is so. I mean, you are a professional husband, for crying out loud. You have more than one wife. You have perhaps twice the age or more of this girl. You don't come out and say things like that about anyone, not to mention your wife. You know, it's so belittling and so demoralizing. The quality of leadership that we have, as exemplified by Nwoko's outburst, it's very very sad. Sad, you know. Drug addiction is not something you use to flog someone. Because the arrow points at you, all the four fingers point at you, right back at you. Because under your what do you call it, under your safety or coverage or your home, that this thing has exploded, and people can start pointing fingers at you that you might have triggered it by what you claim you have done to her.
Yeah.
But your husband and wife, you know, your husband and wife, for crying out loud. Why do you need all this? And Alex, can't blame all these bloggers or what they call them. This is their bread and butter. This is what they feed on. And if you shamelessly throw your line in the dustbin, the scavengers will make a mismint of it. Yeah, but it's so sad. It's so sad. Okay, let's move on. Let's leave Mboko and his baggage.
Gege regrets buying iPhone 17. Popular TikTok creator Gege has sparked online debate
Gege.
after lamenting that his multi-million naira iPhone 17 Pro Max may be fake or rebranded. In an emotional post, he said even experts can't distinguish the genuine model from counterfeit versions now circulating in Nigeria, leaving buyers confused and disappointed.
Oh,
Crazy one.
uh,
Oh, God.
it's a crazy. Now this guy is called Gege Abi.
Yes.
Okay, Gege. Nah, I won't get all the. I've been reading some of those snippets of these things. I don't know. I don't know. There's some people they buy for they throw in the water to test that it's original or not. I don't know.
Too much creativity.
This country has done a lot of damage in some people's mind.
Yeah.
People do
This
things.
mindset, this
Incredible.
status symbol thing. I mean, even if you're
You know,
buying a phone, must you promote it? Must the whole world
what's
know you're
it?
using an iPhone? I
What they have
mean,
to know. You see that, what when they walk, they push the phone out as if it's a national passport, international passport, or as if it's something that is, I don't know. Oh my. Look, I want people to look at Aliko Dangote. He's the richest man in Nigeria. I mean, according to Forbes. But the guy, if you see the phone he uses, you will hiss at it.
Even what's his name now? Mark Sef doesn't use the
You
phone that
look
he
at
uses is very smart.
or
39
$10.
million.
You see the phone they use. They don't flaunt these things. It is those who are struggling with their with prosperity that will have like 12 phones and their arms will go up because they want to it
I
becomes
want
status
to
symbols to
see.
them. Wow.
It's become a status
Well,
symbol, right, for some people.
yeah.
I read a
Yeah.
horrible and interesting analysis by Reno Mokri. He said they say the economy is bad, but he wanted to buy an iPhone Pro 17 or so, and he couldn't buy it. That means the economy is good. And I'm wondering, so an iPhone is now an indicator for economic prosperity in the country.
Of the GDP. Yeah, well, Well, different strokes, different people, different strokes. I don't know how. I don't just leave that matter. You know, millions of Nigerians, hundreds of millions of Nigerians still live under poverty line, still at the edge of poverty.
Yeah.
Struggling to take two meals a day, not three or 2 meals or even one. You know, and you are looking for an iPhone to buy, and since you can't buy it, we are doing well. Well, as they say, Alex, it is well. It's well. We take we take another commercial break and come back to you. You can't buy iPhone. Therefore, Nigeria is doing well.
I'm a bit worried about the younger generation. The things they discuss,
Hmm.
it scares me. You know, uh, they're not
Hmm.
talking about the issues that really concern them.
Well, I can't hear Alex again. No.
You can't hear me. I'm here.
Yeah, we can hear you now. So they're not talking
Okay.
about, and the voice. I don't know if you stopped talking or it went off.
Yeah, I stopped talking for a moment.
But you're good now. You're good.
All right. I'm trying to raise the volume here. Maybe that will help.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're good. You're good.
All right.
We are going back on there.
Okay.
Esifel, you still here?
I am still here.
Let's go.
Fina calls out Abuja Hotel. Reality TV star Fina has accused a hotel in Abuja of endangering her life and detaining her over claims she damaged property worth 3.5 million naira. In a viral video, the BB Naija winner alleged that tout gained access to her room after staff disclosed her room number, leading to a scuffle. She said she's been threatened with detention for refusing to pay the amount.
Ah, I don't understand.
Mhm.
That's the lady that his sister died.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I don't understand. They made known her room number to. I don't get
Isn't
this
that
whole story.
unethical? Isn't that
Yeah.
unethical in the hospitality
That's
business?
that's
It's,
widely
it's not
unethical.
right at all.
No, but in what circumstance will they? Is it like a network? How do they make that? Is it like they post a video or they did a Facebook post or Instagram post or something to?
Mm.
How do you mention someone's room number because he's staying at your hotel? You want to claim the like 10 minutes in the sun kind of fame or what?
Mm. The 15 minutes of
This looks like
fame.
a planned,
We are there also, yeah.
planned
No.
setting.
Ah, now things were damaged in the room. Now you're charging her 3.5 million. It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. I don't know who's right, who's wrong, or who's saying
Mm.
this.
There's something off about that story, you know.
It's just
A
off.
lot of
It's just
questions.
hmm.
Did she do it herself? Did she go out of her way to damage hotel property? Not very likely, although I'm not taking sides here. On the other hand, if it's true that they gave visitors her room number without her permission, then there are issues.
That's very serious one. As if I keep at it, let's follow up on it to know exactly how it is resolved because they are threatening her with detention. Do they have policemen? Are they do they have police station that they can call or what? Or what? If our allegation is correct, This is a litigable uh, if situation. Maybe we'll ask Bosun when he shows up. How do you extricate yourself from this kind of problem? Okay, your final story. Okay, it's not final.
Okay, we still have two more.
Okay.
Celebration 2025 marks 25 years. This year's Celebration Festival, themed Shakara, marked 25 years of celebrating Afrobeat icon Fela Kuti. The week-long event, held from 13th to 19th October, featured concerts, debates and tributes across Lagos and Ibadan. At the Fela Debate in Ikeja, moderated by Benue Bruce, speakers explored Fela's lasting influence on African unity and activism.
Oh, that's
I missed
nice.
out on the Fela debate.
Yes, I missed
I
that
missed
too.
out,
I
yes.
missed that too. Ben Murray
Interesting.
Bruce, let's speakers.
Mm.
That would be very interesting. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that they kept at it 25 years.
Yes, yes.
That's great. And it's spreading. I hear there's one the holding in one foreign country. I don't know whether it's Italy or one
Yeah.
part of Europe like that. You know,
Interesting.
last
Diagnosis.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Um,
It's great. There's one
it's
that's
great to have someone like Ben Murray Bruce. You know, he's been in entertainment for years. He understands the
yes,
Mm.
terrain.
yes,
He knows it.
yes,
And I
yes.
also saw something during the week that also surprised me. I saw
Mm.
former President Barack Obama speak about Fela's music.
Yes,
And,
yes, yes.
ask to check
Mm.
that it's like
That's
jazz. He said that it's a very unique form of jazz they call Afrobeat. I don't know how he got that analysis, but he said he likes the
yeah,
music and he's endorsing it.
yeah. That's his understanding. And there's an element of jazz in Fela's music actually.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he started off jazzy, fully jazzy, high life and all that.
High life, yeah.
Mm. So he's not too far from being right. Okay. And finally, this is an interesting one. Mm.
Kano court orders TikTokers to marry. A magistrate court in Kano has ordered two popular TikTokers, Idris Mai Wushiria and Basira Yaguda, to marry within 60 days after their romantic videos were deemed indecent. Magistrate Halima Wali directed the Hisbah board to ensure compliance, warning that failure to wed would amount to contempt of court.
Was that a
Yes.
Sharia court? A magistrate court?
Well, what's the difference? What is the difference? The magistrate, you know, they practice Sharia, they practice Sharia law in Kano, and
Uh,
these people they know that they're in Kano. They are playing husband and wife. They will be on the bed. They will do this. One is a dwarf, one is a normal person, and then they're acting things that they claim as indecent and all that because they're playing husband and wife and all that. So the magistrate now said, okay, now this drama, you bring it to life. You must marry. I don't know how a magistrate can order people to marry. He said, the Hisbah committee, that's those who enforce Sharia laws, that they must make sure that they marry, and that the head of the Hisbah council should officiate, and
and they are giving
their
them an
failure to
ultimatum.
marry is contempt of
You
court. Oh, oh my.
ultimatum.
Oh no, maybe when Bosun joins us, I want to find out, can a magistrate order people to marry by force, whether they like it or not? Oh my. Oh, it's good to have Akindamola just joined. Akindamola Adeboye. Good morning, Akindamola.
Good morning, Uncle Fudge. Good morning, Alex. Esife, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Oh,
Welcome.
oh
Thank
my.
you.
Oh my. We are just rounding up on this Kano couple that the law wants to make them couple by force. You know, acting
That
couple that now they become real couple indeed. Oh my.
is,
Oh Nigeria. That's
Uncle,
something must come up.
that's Sharia law. It can happen. That's the Sharia law. That is
Oh my.
they signed up.
Okay, we'll take a break now. Thank you, Sife, for that interesting interlude. You know, we had interesting stuff. We'll take a short break and come back with some other things, issues, problems. Nigeria never lacks it. So we come back. This is something to ginger, lax and whiskey.
I'm going. This meeting day.
I know.
You were free out on the call today. It was like, not that it was just
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Sifa.
Yes. Yes.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Edebambe Bosun Alpha. Yeah. Larry Ogundadegbe is watching. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Bosun's here. Hey, good morning,
Good
Mr.
morning,
Arsenal.
good
Yes,
morning.
Mr. Arsenal, you're on the flight. It's
Too much.
good to see you.
At last,
The first thing we want to talk about is what we want to talk about when we go back on live is, I don't know if you are listening before. This magistrate in Kano insisted that an acting couple,
I saw
should marry by force.
yeah, there's
Okay, so
also
we'll
the
talk
that
about
other
that
was
when we get back
ridiculous.
on that.
reality.
Mr. Alex, good morning. Ogaki,
Good morning. Bosun, welcome.
Bosun,
morning, sir. How is Okuti?
Go off normal.
We haven't seen
It's
Mr.
off with him.
Tio.
It's
We've
abnormal
not seen
condition.
Wait, Daddy, how do I he knows that it's not like
I was
Okay.
adding something to Bosun's input. The reality
Say what?
lady, the reality TV lady, and the hotel story.
Fine now or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's true. That's
Dad, during NYC camp, one of the variety artists, someone was telling a joke about my sweater, and it hurt so much. It was unnecessarily, it wasn't nice.
not a joke. I wasn't knowing it. I was describing the person.
It is. Yes.
No lie.
My little friend. I can hear my little friend's voice.
She's around.
Yes, she's here.
What's up there?
Let me take my seats. Make myself look pretty.
Okay, I'm asked to bring the people on with me on. They are not in the studio, so I will just pivot to the screen so you can see them.
It was just not cool.
Is there a way I can reverse this? Yeah. Okay.
We have a guest.
Say what?
I was asking, we have a guest.
Very
Claire.
clean, yeah.
No,
I hope it lasts.
Mr. Ogundadegbe is asking me something.
I said what?
Do we have?
No, you are the guest.
Because how do I pronounce? What's it? Wait. Don't go back yet, though. How do you pronounce me Agbamuche Mbu?
Mbu. Agbamuche Mbu.
Agbamuche.
Agbamuche Mbu.
Agbamuche.
Is that all?
Yes. I feel like I was still going to spoil this.
I want to be able to do Let's Rewind today, so I'm starting. I just turned early.
Oh, I wish you luck.
Amen.
Wish you luck.
Because of all the things we need to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, we are back, and Alex surprisingly is still here. Akindamola's joined us. Akindamola is here, and our legal expert and advocacy, social development advocate. I want the offender what that means. He's here with us. Bosun, right?
Yes,
Osifowora.
sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning,
Osifowora.
everyone. Good morning, everyone in the studio. Good morning, listeners. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Before we move into Niger trends, I want to clarify some things that were uh, there are two stories that we wanted your intervention. There's a Kano State magistrate that ordered two actors, a man and a female. The other female is a dwarf,
Immediate.
right? And
Immediate.
they play at a midget. Midget. I don't like the sound of midget. Okay, I don't know.
I don't think that's
which one is-
correct though.
that one. I don't know. Midget. As a journalist, we used to have one tiny recorder like this. We call it midget.
Immediate tape action.
I don't want to call it. Anyway, they play husband and wife. They play husband and wife a lot, on the bed, talking to one another and all that stuff. And in Kano, they have a Sharia law in place. Now, the magistrate now says what they have done is indecent. Therefore, they must formalize and consummate that acting and become husband and wife by force of law, right? Is that correct? That's one. The second one is the lady BB Niger winner in what year was that? In sometime back. Her name is Fina or Fina, something like that. They call her reality TV star. She was in a hotel in Abuja, and she claimed that the hotel officials disclosed her or how do I call it, revealed her room number to people, such that some people she called touts came into her room and scuffle ensued, and things were damaged. And now she's been asked to pay 3.5 million for the damage that was done. And she was angry that why would they expose her room number, her privacy, her life, so to speak, to such danger? So I want you to intervene here as
All right.
as a lawyer. Yeah,
All
so
right,
so
sir.
let me hear your piece, please.
All right. First one, the Kanu case, where I read the story and I was stunned that what kind of judgment or order of court is this? Number one,
Hmm.
legally, what underscores marriage is consent of both parties. Is the major, in fact, the difference between marriage and other offenses and rape and all those things is actually the consent. So what you require, the
Hmm.
first thing in marriage is consent of adults and their families.
Hmm.
Now, so in this case, you cannot say because somebody is doing a skit and then you are ordering them to marry. In what capacity are you acting? There's no law, whether
Hmm.
Sharia or even uh, civil law. There's no law that supports that kind of judgment. The judgment is wrong. the judgment is detestable, and you can't force two people to marry because they were acting out something. So I think that settles that. There's nothing that supports it. So all they need to do, because it's a pronouncement of a court, they just need to go higher and appeal it, and then I'm sure it will be quashed. For the lady who went to the hotel, the hotel has a fiduciary duty to conceal your identity, except there's an order of court or a warrant, which also comes from the court by the police to know that this person is here or this person is lodging in your hotel. Barring those two, you don't have a right to review where somebody who is staying in your um, facility to a third party. You don't reveal such. So that's one. Number two, in a situation where those people came around, I think the lady also has a duty to alert the hotel instead of getting into a brawl with the people. So I'm not sure whether she knew them, but as she claimed, if her claim is to be sustained, then the hotel actually owe her a duty to protect her in staying there. Now, but if she knows the people and then they got involved in whatever it did that actually resulted in things scattering, then she's liable to pay the hotel for the damages caused by those people. But first off, the hotel must actually protect her identity. So she can actually sue for that because the hotel has breached its contractual right to protect the identity of every person staying there, particularly from a third party. So it's just as straightforward as that.
Okay, there you have it. Basira and Idris. You can refuse to marry. Just appeal. Go to a higher court, and they'll probably quash this magistrate Halima Wali's what's it called? Enforcement of nuptial rights. you know. I'm fine. FEMA. You have heard that you can sue, especially if you don't know those people you call touts. You know, I don't know the circumstance. Alex and I were discussing about it. I'm saying we don't. The story sounds a little bit off because we need more details and all that. But there you are. They don't have any right. They don't have any right to expose your privacy, but they have a fiduciary right over you to protect you. And so if they open or expose that protection or throw away that protection, you have a right to sue. You know, and we have lawyers in the house. With some, you know, they will take it on. Okay, that's settled. So we'll move on. Let's take a music break so that we can get. I love that. I wish I actually have stood by my desire to read law. I will have been too much.
Are we still on air?
Yeah, but you have one.
I want
The desire has been carried out.
I'm not introduced you. You can't talk.
That's the problem. I've been waiting. Oh.
I will introduce you when we come back from the
Excuse me,
break.
introduce everybody else on the call. Don't worry, it's fine.
Now this is Surulere. Some people should learn that Surulere. A remix by Dr. featuring
Is that a coincidence? Is it
Oh my word.
That's how parents do. Because I know that he forgot. He's not using words. He has now using another tactic to cover up. He forgot. He just simply forgot.
Just have suru.
No, let's be.
She just has
If he says sorry,
we apologize. When we come back,
let's have suru.
This suru you are looking for, you will not find it though. You are
later in the day it will lady.
I can't hear you.
I said, talk out to Uru now. Later in the day, it will lady.
Anyway, it's okay.
No, but Tablo, you know, they save the best for the last.
Save the
So
best for last. At least
just
we'll have
wait.
mentioned it after everybody.
Wait,
Now they
the
are
best for Egunla.
response.
You know they say Egunla look you are the big masquerade here.
Well,
And then see what you are even supposed to sue for, you are not suing. That you have carried out your dad's wish of reading law. That one it should be compensated.
actually, because it's mascom I
Yes,
wanted to
sir.
do. It's mascom I wanted to do, but it's because of this man that I eventually read this law. Because
So and you
I'm
are
not
still
supposed to
doing the
start the law.
mascom. See, you have
Actually,
combined honors now. Combined honors. Mascom, for start, see, you are being taught by a veteran. See, when you were asking for that name and correction, you don't get that luxury.
what will always be will be. Actually,
You were. They can't catch you.
Oh, we've lost Damola.
Akin has dropped.
Where's Okuti?
I'm not sure.
He's not able to join us today.
Oh.
Take Akin Namula back. Then increase something.
Is it okay?
It's your mom told me, I don't know. Lovely, lovely piece of music. What you use in quieting a storm around you. Suru Lere remix by Dr. Seal featuring Don Jazzy, Whiskey, and Final. I play that to calm some raging storm around you, so you can use it also to your storms. That's Suru.
Something she
That's
shares.
Suru Lere, lovely piece of music.
Oh my God.
Every good thing comes to an end. Now we need to move on. Yeah, well, I must apologize for not introducing my co-compet for this segment. A violently insistent and assertive lady in whom I'm well pleased. Good morning this morning, Moyo Oluwa Tamilore. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody except Mr. Faj. Your apologies are accepted.
Anyway, what's important is the air can hear me that I have apologized. And I need to this young woman whose mouth is bigger than her head, But we'll take it. We take it in our stride.
Do you want to offer another set of apologies?
Well, I think one is enough.
Don't worry, your lawyer is here.
Okay, yeah, welcome to the segment Niger Trends, where we talk about trending stories within the Nigerian space during this week, outgoing week. And that's why she's here every fortnight to torment us with whatever.
You enjoy. You
You're
enjoy.
looking for trouble.
We hope we hope we can get as many stories as possible. In last week, we couldn't take a quarter of what we had, but hopefully we'll get this done. So it is also the time you can join us to air your views and share your comments with us. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. We would love to hear your thoughts on some of the things we'll be discussing. Akindamola is here. Akindamola is not here yet. He's dropped off. Alex is here. Bosun is here. And of course, I'm here with my Major Domo. And we will sail through. Uh, okay. So where do we start? Where do we start? Tamilor, if you're ready,
Okay.
let's start with the more serious issue. It's we'll link the two stories together, number 3 and number 615. Okay,
Okay.
try and weave it together. So they follow the same pathway. Okay,
Okay.
over to you.
The federal government has backed the defense headquarters in dismissing reports of a failed coup to topple President Bola Tinubu. Information Minister Mohammed Idris said the government has full confidence in the military, which described the claim as fake and designed to create panic. The army explained that the arrest of 16 officers was a routine disciplinary matter, not a coup plot. But opposition figures are calling for transparency, urging authorities to reveal the truth about the detained officers. Meanwhile, pan-Yoruba group Afenifere warned against any attempt to disrupt democracy, stressing that military rule is no solution to Nigeria's challenges.
And a few after this,
President Bola Tinubu has reshuffled Nigeria's military leadership in a move to strengthen national security. General Olufemi Oluyede replaces is it Oluyede?
Oluyede.
Oluyede replaces General Christopher Musa as Chief of Defense Staff. Major General W. Shaibu is now Chief of Army Staff. Army Vice Marshal S.K. Aneke heads the Air Force, and Rear Admiral Ayabas takes charge of the Navy. The Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Undiene
Even me, I
Undiende
can't help you there. On the end day,
Undiendeye retains his post. Tinubu thanked the outgoing service chiefs for their service and urged the new team to uphold professionalism and vigilance. All appointments take immediate effect. I would like to apologize for those names I have botched.
apologies accepted. These are dangerous times. I don't know. I don't know what do you guys think about it. We don't need this.
We don't really. The signals are bad, you know. Uh, we have people now debating whether there was a coup or whether there was not a coup. But the issue is, once you see any form of instability among military, the armed forces, it's not a very good signal. We are constantly under threat by external forces. I've been seeing reports from the north central region, Benue, Taraba, Plateau, consistently are under attack. There was a lady online during the week who was alleging that the bandits came in military vehicles, and that they were actually treated like soldiers. We have a lot of
Wow.
issues of insecurity in our environment. And once we now look at the armed forces and they don't seem to be stable, I mean, it's not really a good signal. That's all. That's the way I'll put it.
I actually align with Mr. Alex. It's the times are quite funny, and in one breath you said there was no coup, and in another breath you're changing your security cabinet. Then definitely it is suggestive of two things. One, if there was no coup, maybe those who you just feel there's a need to beef up things. And if there was a coup, then there's a need to change the leadership so that to prevent further occurrence. So, but whichever way, we have been left to be guessing. But what we just want is that, I mean, it's clear on everyone's lips. The best the worst democracy is still better than the best military regime. Because I was on a platform where people were arguing for military takeover, and we had to remind them that, well, we don't know how young you were in the 80s and in the 90s,
They were
but
young. They
the
were
experience we had were very, very unpleasant, and nobody will
young.
wish for the same thing. So, fine, we feel our democracy too, they need to step up and engage the citizens more, but it's not like opting for a military rule. We don't want it, we will never want it, and we'll never sign for it. So, I think the president has a duty to beef up things and prevent any such occurrence.
You're absolutely correct. All right, we have a caller on the line. Let's take it. Good morning. Hey, La Rouge, how are you there?
And I guess you mentioned my name somehow earlier.
Yes,
Was it like,
yes, I did. Good
so
morning. Go ahead, please.
wanted to quickly intervene first of Fela. That was a nice story you had earlier on 25 years of celebration
Okay.
and the dimension of Obama.
Oh, yes.
And I just feel that for a institution like yours that is very art inclined, we still need to dig more into this phenomenon, how it's gripping the whole world. One of the things that happened during this celebration was the fact that part of it took place at the Freedom Park in Lagos, and one of the performances was by an all-white ensemble. I hope that's the correct entertainment language.
Yeah.
An all-white band, so to say, or
Awesome.
all foreigners band, and they played Fela's numbers.
Wow.
From the percussion to the saxophone, all white, and somebody commented that if care was not taken, Fela's Afrobeat would be created, by the white people, and we may not really understand the originality anymore. So on the one hand, it shows how great Fela is. His music keeps coming up with different places. But the fact that some people are also worried that we will have enough people, playing or that original, quote and unquote, Afrobeat. With the understanding, like somebody was saying that the Davido's, Burna Boys, we can't really say that Afrobeat. You have Femi with his own creation, Shield, perhaps closer to Fela, and then you have Madi. So I think that's one debate that is out there.
Yeah.
So thanks for that story. Now, on the cool thing, I also think that it's not enough for us to keep repeating the mantra that the words of civilian rule or democracy is better than the best of military. If you keep saying that, you will not connect with current reality and current generation. I thought that what we should emphasize is that civilian rulers should not behave like military rulers. Because if they continue to do that, people will not see the difference between the two.
Yeah.
And that was part of the reason why some of us were saying that even if you were to declare a state of emergency in Rivers, you didn't have to remove an elected government.
Yeah.
And the fact that for every other thing that is happening, the military is out there. The military is the one helping us to manage elections and so on and so forth. And then for us in the media, if you look at the record of arrest and detention of journalists, also I've been involved in those things. You will be shocked that we're having worse experience than we had under the military. So for younger journalists, not my own generation, and they say, and so what? So for those who are there, the point is, do not take democracy for granted. Allow freedom, allow free elections.
That's a good perspective.
Because in this state country, and this is the last one I will make, remember in 1983, before that coup, we had a general election where the National Party of Nigeria, came out and said they didn't just win it by landslide, they won by moonslide.
Moonslide, yeah.
And things were bad, the economy was. And when the Buhari coup came, Nigerians actually trooped out to celebrate. Although later on they fought that. So to be clear, I will never advocate for military rule. We don't need it. Let's perfect our democracy. But let those who rule not take it for granted. They should rule as civilians, not
militants.
As, military or civilian dictators. Thank you very much.
I'm sure you heard Larry there speaking his mind. A disclaimer quickly. Larry is an avid fella habitude, so you could understand where it's coming from. And on the coup, he was quite emphatic. Yes, I don't support military rule, but then the civilians should not also behave as if they are military, because the repression going on now is as worse. I mean, it's as the same as, if not worse, than during military time, which the young ones don't know about. So they wonder if they can be beating us, crashing our equipment, and arresting us, and doing this and doing that, and detaining and resisting court order to release and all that. Then how are they different from military? That's what they behave too. They don't follow they don't.
There's also the influence from the rest of the sub-region, because they see it happening in Burkina Faso, see it happening in Niger.
Yes, that happens because, especially for the young ones, and they romanticize this thing. It's romantic to them. They want action and all that, But we have seen action. Some of the worst period of our lives.
We've seen people disappear. I can mention names of people.
Give me?
Yeah. Let's take a short break. We'll come back and talk. It's going to be interesting today.
I wanted to ask, for the sake of those of us who do not have, for the sake of those of us that were not there, maybe you can speak to some examples of why it's worse.
Okay, I could start by giving you a list of people who disappeared.
No, not me. All of us on the radio, including
you say it before we move on.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a legitimate point, and you make sense. I mean, it makes sense. Why are you demonizing these people? It's not as if the civilians they are looking at that scene. They don't look any different. They also are militant because they flagrantly break laws and do all sorts of things.
That's true. Daddy, this my laptop is fantastic.
Try.
Look at me inside the camera.
Have you checked the powers of the lower potential?
It's okay. It's low. It's 8:37, so maybe another 30 minutes.
Wow. You can do that. Thank God. Okay, as we are saying, Tamilora, you were saying something.
Yes, I was asking for the benefit of those of us who were not here during the military times. You've been mentioning that, if you haven't seen those times, then don't say you want it back. So I wanted to ask that you should give us some examples. For those of you who were there then, give us some examples of what was so bad about it.
Well, you know what they do in a military rule? The first thing they do is they suspend the constitution. And they now rule by what we call decree. What is a decree? A decree is a law that was decided by a few people, and of course it's always decided from their own perspective. We had issues about freedom of speech during the military. If you say something challenging a military administrator or the head of state, you could be locked up or you could just disappear. It was that bad. if you follow the life and times of Chief Gani Fawemi, you have very good examples there. This man was detained endlessly. There was a time they drove him by road from Lagos to Abuja by road. And if you know that period, and they were treating him, he fell ill, they were treating him. I think God was on that man's side. There was a story of him, they wanted to treat him in the hospital, and he was afraid that they may inject him with a substance. He was resisting. The doctor was someone who had been rusticated from a university, who Gani stood for in a court case and made them reinstate him, So when he saw that, oh, this is one of the people he helped, he just relaxed. It's so terrible. There are so many stories. I could give you a list of colleagues who disappeared. We don't know what happened to them. One example is, I'm sure you remember Baguda Kato. Baguda Kato, yeah. We don't know what happened to that guy. He just disappeared. And there are many others like that. So I'll just
let me tell you another feature of military rule. Back in the 90s, early 90s, they just seconded soldiers to secondary schools. And what they did was to take over everything. They will change right on the assembly line. They will cut your hair, do all sort of things. We were subjected to military ways of doing things in schools, normal secondary schools, government secondary schools. So that we just woke up one day, we saw soldiers in the schools, and they were dictating the pace. So that's one. Then you see all this freedom you people enjoy on Twitter, or they will suspend it. You won't have it. Because the first thing they do is to cut off communication, because they know the strength in mass communication. They will censor everything you say. All those ones we're doing, you won't have it. So imagine yourself without Twitter, no Facebook, no IG, nothing, no X, and all the social media. They will knock it out. So whatever we say will be between the two of us. So maybe I'll come to your house and speak to you. The lines are talked. Your telephone calls are monitored 2-4.
Wow.
There's a siege.
I'm talking about freedom
in the atmosphere.
I'm talking about freedom. Fela sang Zombie, and they didn't like it. It's about freedom of speech, and they didn't like it. At the end of the day, they burnt his house, his mansion, threw his mother down from upstairs, beat everybody. Some people died there. He put it in the song, and it was consistently haunted throughout that period. They did a lot of terrible things to a lot of terrible people. I mean, a lot of ordinary people.
Uncle Fudge. Uncle Fudge.
Some of these things are far. Yes.
I don't know if you remember a quick one. You remember this man, this Yoruba man who used to do Ewi, Olarewaju Adekpoju. He was critical of the government. Once you stay there where they are playing the thing, military will come pack all of you listening and all that, and you may not come back home.
I remember.
From where? Where you're staying?
You are watching.
You know all the people who play music. Roadside, yes.
Music.
You are listening to it. You are listening to somebody criticizing government. All of you, soldier everybody.
They will take one way, then one unfaithful serving word will now say no, this is wrong. That is gone. Himo, they'll go. The Himo is a girl. He's stationed. They will ransack everything. A big man as big as MKO was, because he was driving. They beat him. They manhandled him. Please, there's too much dark waters that passed. In terms of
See, the only thing I can say is that the atmosphere is always tense. You don't know what you will do that will get you in trouble.
Yeah, and you see what Larry is saying.
I wish Tokunbo was here. What they faced in radio, the first radio stations, They lie money down, they take over. One of the coup they did, the man was so drunk that he proclaimed dusk to dawn, dawn to dusk coffee. Instead of
That's the one.
dusk and dawn to dusk. He did dawn to dusk. That means from morning till night. No one sleeping. Another one came up and he said it's the exercising part of the north away from Nigeria because they had the problem of they just crazy things they happen. Crazy things.
Then the
And
bombings, the bombings under Abacha.
They don't
Uncle Fudge, the bombings, the reckless bombings. You just hear bomb blast back. Ojekunle bombings everywhere.
In
You just
homes, not that
anything can happen.
in people's homes. If you're a critic, they killed so many critics now. If you're a critic and you are going home anyhow, you have to be careful. They may bomb you out. Kudi Abiola was killed right on that road that they call Kudirat Abiola. Right.
Wow.
So MKO's wife was quite vocal about the mandate. Adesoya was there. Rewani was there. Oscar Ibru, the senior Ibru was shot in the eye.
Yes.
They got some of those soldiers and they came out during the reconciliation to the Okuta panel. They were talking about what happened and they were mentioning names, how they were sent to what they call it to neutralize this person, to neutralize that person. They're neutralizing. Yeah, human beings, not chicken. No, we don't want to. Please, we don't want that. Our military, just be professional.
I think the one that is relatable, Uncle Fudge, the one that is relatable to this new generation, just tell them to imagine a life without social media and telephone communication. If you can imagine it, that's military rule.
For a period, we couldn't. Well, not, but social media. That time
that was Twitter. That was only media. Twitter. That was only X. The one under Buhari. This one, none. You won't have anything. Just imagine it. That's what you have. That's the one they can relate with well.
And it's not as if they have a magic wand to make the economy something turn around. Buhari claimed to do something in 83 till he left in 85, was removed in 85 forcibly. No help. He stopped. He changed currency without even telling anybody. A lot of people died from frustration. He did the same thing again as a civil. The thing did not.
There's something called Abacha stove. There was a time there was no kerosene to cook, so people had to resort to sawdust. You get a paint bucket. You know that aluminium paint, small one. You put sawdust in it, and then there was no kerosene to cook. It was deliberate. It was serious suffering.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, there's a line. I missed the call. Hello, good morning. I think the excavation into the military regime is okay. Let us move on. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Most of the good things you have to do in Nigeria, you can call infrastructure. Some of them, like the majority of them, were done by the military people. They are disciplined and they don't behave in this unruly manner. This is the politicians behave. And for the purpose of people like Samuel there, we want to have what the military looks like. October 20, 2020 was an example. Getting massacre was an example of what you can have under a military. Despite that was still done under a civilian regime, Buhari. The same thing happened in 2015 December, Zaria Road, where 1,000 civilians, Muslim Shia, were killed by Nigerian army. With the order of the chief of army under Buhari, a democratically elected president. And the comment said they did not go 1,000, yet they agreed they killed 350 people according to the Cardinal report. Among the 350 people that were killed, 15 of them were going after. So this is not going back to the president, what do you call it now, shooting of the military people. I think it's a very dangerous coincidence. Whether there was a coup or there was no coup, for it happening just immediately after some days now shows some kind of,
Yeah.
things that can cause panic.
Mm.
And that is why the international media responded to it. Most of the media globally reacted to that. And I want to address the president. For me, we knew what actually happened. We don't need to be told. But we need to tell ourselves the truth. This democracy is not working. Military never had this kind of poverty under them. Military never had this kind of, even in the military regime, the court was more disciplined than they are now. The court will give order, release social and so on, will not do that. In Nigerian police, and I hope you are going to ask our lawyer there. Nigerian police got, okay, fine, lawyer yourself. They went to serve an expert motion without the knowledge of the other person. Is that justice? Is that people should not protest? Protest is inalienable right of the people. It's an essential interest of democracy.
True.
And you have where is the democracy? As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to say that the word democracy is better than the military. No, I'm not going to join anybody in saying that. They are saying military that are more responsible, that are more accountable, that say military that work for the people. The that was the military for God's sake. Yes, we saw what happened when the that was taken out. We see what is happening in Burkina Faso today. That is not to justify military takeover, but the truth is that whether military or civilian, what is most paramount is that the well-being and the welfare of the people must be sacrosanct. And we are not getting that right now.
Yeah.
That is what we should speak to.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have some things to say.
That was Titi Lokwe. I share the sentiment of Titi Lokwe and Lanre Ogundadegbe. Our politicians must be more responsible. I think Bosun also mentioned it. Our politicians must also be responsible, focus on governance, behave with compassion and a sense of urgency in dealing with Nigerians. Don't let people start being nostalgic about the military in such a way that they wish this will happen or that will happen. When you go ahead with swagger, you refuse to pay teachers, lecturers, education, health, and all that is in shambles, and you are increasing your own money. You are buying SUV. You are lotting trillions into your own welfare and all that. And the essence of your being, which is the welfare and protection of the people, is flagrantly being handled. Of course, people will pine towards something that is not favorable to your own existence. So we implore. We implore, because if you don't change, change will change you. It's a natural order of things, So, for your generation, I'm not sure you have heard that. Though I also cannot say the words democracy will not all this. We don't want any words. One good democracy. Just do it right, so that we don't suffer. Just do it right. And don't do it as if it's your father's property. You can use anything you like. Sell land to your son and use money to buy things abroad and all do all the stuff. See, when military comes, they will also do the same thing. They will also do because each year they probe themselves. They will see all kinds of corruption and all that. Like someone said, they come from us. Okay. The next story, the next important story, Tamilore, is you have to weave about 4 or 5 stories together.
All this impromptu weaving.
Because it's about Showore, Kano, arrest. The first one is 6, 7, 8, 9.
Let's see where 10, we get to with 6 and 7.
11. I don't know how you're going to weave it. So make it such a way that it will be tight.
Give me a bar. Okay.
Okay, you know what we'll do? After, let's take a breather. Let's take music. Let's do Is a Banger. Diva. Simi Case. Is a bang. I like the playlist this morning. You know,
You intentionally miss some names because that's not Simi case.
Okay, Slim Case.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You can see well, I mean.
At least we have music going for us, if nothing else.
So I don't know how you're gonna weave it.
I don't know.
Just take portion. You don't need to say everything.
6, 7.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Some of them may not be next. So you can, like this one, it states the fact that they are tormenting at journalists. So you just read it to up to here, Abuja. Then you move to Ononuga. You may forget about it because it's been done.
Okay.
The arrest has also been done.
It's not gonna. Okay, don't do.
Malo delete. Malo mistake. Delete.
I feel like it's better to do that because I don't remember.
I need to feel.
Okay, 7 ignore. 8 police arrest over.
Remove this. I can't see. 7 police arrest. It's not necessary. It will be part of. Go on. Okay. Let's see. My delete too. What if I change my mind?
Yeah, you read it from now. 9.
Okay, just go to after that thing. Go to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then go to. You can just mention that they have been granted bail of this. See you get. After saying what police did, you say what.
So we are not doing 10.
No, this one is a different story. 10 is a different story.
Okay. What he was saying, what Mr. Titilope was saying about economics, what Mr. Titilope was saying about economics during those times that the economy had not been this. No, the economy hasn't been this bad. I fully think that economic problems are compounded over time. So it's not like it was good then, nice, but I think they spoiled it small. Everybody has been spoiling it small since then.
No, Buhari spoiled a lot. That was a phenomenon. It didn't get my. If you rest in peace, it's not a prayer.
It's just that you don't want to. You don't want to do.
I don't want to.
Mr. Sisoko was so angry. He said, "What do you mean? No place should find him."
Is it to say that?
Yeah, man. These are political. They have caused so much
Okay,
pain.
we are going back.
Killing call.
Is a banger. And that the bunch.
I don't know.
And it's a banger and Slim Case.
It's supposed to be
It's
Mr.
a
Reed.
banger. You know, it's just a relief. Let's just have a less banging time. We are back on the Niger Trends, Tamara Studio. And over there, we have Alex Ogundadegbe and Bosun Osifowora. We are talking Nigeria. Our next story or series of stories is about what happened this week.
Okay, the FCT chapter of the Nigeria Union of Journalists has shown an arrest of an AFP reporter, John Okinyomi, during Monday's Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest in Abuja. Activist and Sahara Reporters publisher Omoyele Sowore was arrested inside the Federal High Court in Abuja shortly after attending Nnamdi Kanu's hearing. Policemen reportedly acting on the orders of the FCT Commissioner of Police escorted him to the command headquarters without a formal invitation. A magistrate court in Kuje, Abuja has granted bail to activist Omoyele Sowore, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer Aloy Ejimako, and 11 others over their roles in the Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest. Each defendant is to post 500,000 naira bail with 2 sureties.
So protest is very expensive now.
But isn't protest protected by the Constitution of Nigeria?
Okay.
Democracy, we have the right
Is sedition not removed? Is sedition not removed from our statutes? They still sue journalists for sedition. For sedition.
So these are the
things.
So, but Mr. Alex,
Yeah.
there's a part of that thing that should be brought to the fore. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer was a part of the protest. Tamilore will know this. There's something called LPDC, Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee Act. Yes, LPD's committee, but that's a committee that looks into disciplinary issues for legal practitioners. But there is an act that regulates the activities of lawyers. And it says specifically that if you are in a case, you are a counsel in a case, all your activities should be limited to the court. Joining a protest in respect of that same case raises disciplinary issues. So you are a counsel in a case, and then you are gone out to protest on the same matter. You are literally saying that the court is not competent to handle the thing. That's basically that's where that one has. I'm speaking for the lawyer, not Sowore is a commercial activist, and he does this. So he does this where he goes where his gains lies, and things that concern him, things that don't concern him, he just likes to be in the media. I think there is some pecuniary gain that comes to him every time he hits the news. So he will do that for the littlest of reasons. All right, whether the cause is noble or otherwise. So I don't have any problem. But back to Mr. Alex's position. Protest is a fundamental right. It is enshrined in the Constitution. You have the right to associate. You have the freedom of speech. It's the combination of both that actually give birth to protest. Now, but I'm also aware that the police obtained an order because the protesters had already given stated where they want to go, and they got an order. Somebody said something earlier that they got an order ex parte without the knowledge of the other party. Ex parte means that is without the knowledge of the other person. So it's in order. So they got it and they restricted their movement, but I think they went to places where they were not supposed to go. That was what led to the arrest of these persons, which I'm aware also that they have been released. So for me, it will comes to equity must come with clean hands. If you're fighting for right, don't violate other people's right as well. Because the intention was to block the road. People are going about their legitimate business. It's you that it's a sectional thing. The whole Nnamdi Kanu and Biafran thing, it's not a Nigerian thing. There's a section of the country is interested in it, so you shouldn't block other people. You can protest. It was like the whole NSAS thing and how the thing panned out. They blocked an entire road. There are people who are sick. There are people who are going about their own thing. You can stay on one side of the road, and you don't condone of the entire road so that other users can't use the road. Then you are also violating their own rights while you're trying to assert your own.
Yeah,
that's just my position.
Yeah, great stuff. Understandable.
Okay. I want to clarify something from you, Bosun. If you get an ex parte motion, which means the other party will not be there, and you want them to refrain from doing certain things, if you don't give them the order, even after collecting without their presence or without their knowledge, if you don't give them the order, how will they know what they should not do? Because
most times the
order was served on them.
No, so most times what the court does is to ensure that it's published in on platforms where they can see. And as at the night before the protest, the thing was all over the media. Now, but most times what you have with protesters is that they're defiant.
And they say they didn't see.
And they will just tell you that we don't care about that, we don't do this, we don't do that. They just want to do what is. For me, protest is not something. I'm apologies to the NSAS thing, but if a protest is lasting too long, it will lose its steez. You can. There's a way you can do your thing. You can come out 2-3 days, do the protest, stay on one side. People will see you. All right, come back again, re-strategize, and come up with better things rather than just scattering everywhere and disrupting the peace. Because the same law that gives you the right to protest also has in it breach of public peace.
Yeah.
So you have to be circumspect in your dealings. Most times people just go after what they want. They don't look at the other side. So for me, I feel that in doing these things, you should seek legal advice first. But some of these lawyers who are also supposed to advise accordingly, people now feel that the cheapest way to be popular and to gain popularity in Nigeria is to oppose the government and just be defiant. People will like you, people will follow you, but you will pay for it because the law is there in black and white.
Okay, moving on.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan is facing fresh pressure from key Niger Delta figures to abandon any contribution to the presidency in 2027. Ex-militant leader Ekpemu Polo.
You didn't say government. That's his first name.
I saw
Government is his first name.
That's his first name.
Government Ekpemu Polo. Sorry if I missed that. Better known as
You got it right.
Reportedly led a delegation to Jonathan's Belsa home, urging him to back President Bola Tinubu's re-election bid instead. Sources say Tompolo argued that most Niger Deltans now favor continuity under Tinubu, citing major projects in the region. Jonathan was said to have listened calmly and promised to consider the advice.
Why are they threatening? Is Jonathan a threat? Why are they threatening him or harassing him to withdraw and all that? Is it really a threat to the incumbents?
Tompolo is a businessman.
And
he's enjoying the largesse. He's enjoying the largesse of this government, which he didn't enjoy when his kinsman was there. So wisdom is profitable to direct. That don't come and spoil my food.
He's manning the pipelines, from what I hear.
Exactly. Was he not the one who donated 10 billion last week for the Niger Delta security? 10 billion.
10 billion. And you say, Bros Joe.
From his back pocket.
There's no good luck today to get again, though. Please calm down. But I don't know where journalists got that, because they say when he came out of the meeting, neither Tompolo nor Jonathan said anything. So how they knew what they discussed is something else. Okay.
But it's easy to know what they discuss. You can infer. At least we know Tompolo's position.
I mean,
don't come and spoil my food.
He's already setting up a group. Actually, a political mobilization group in support of President Tinubu's 2027 ambition and all that. It's clearly.
But Uncle Fudge, between you and I, any regime that allows you as a businessman to be able to donate 10 billion to a cause, you will support that. You will fight against it. That regime must be there in perpetuity.
That regime must be there.
If a third time is possible.
Okay, and I hope Akintunde-Johnson is watching or listening, because this next story will prove that I'm not what you say I'm coming from. I'm always against government. Let's look at our story, the 15, the penultimate story.
Okay, I just want to know, is 8:42. So your dreams of
of that.
Okay.
bad mouth.
President Bola Tinubu has reshuffled Nigeria's military leadership in a move to strengthen national security.
No,
We've done
no,
that one.
no. Oh, okay. It's my bad. It's the last one, 16 actually.
Okay. Apologies, listeners. A new central bank report shows Nigerians spent just $4.7 million on foreign medical trips under President Tinubu's first 22 months, a sharp 52% drop compared to the Buhari era. The CBN attributes this decline to tighter forex controls and growing reliance on local healthcare options. Spending peaked at $1.2 million in May 2023, but dropped almost to zero by late 2024. Health experts say while the reduction is positive for the economy, investment in Nigeria's healthcare infrastructure must continue to ensure lasting
That's an
improvements.
improvement. So the 52% drop in medical tourism. You know one sneaky feeling that went to my mind. Most of the high rates during Buhari's time probably was propelled by his own medical trips. You know, he was always traveling. He was always traveling, so others will have to travel too. You know, and say, "Oh, guy is going." You know,
It's also possible because people didn't have money
But
anyway.
Uncle Fudge, don't you think
yeah.
that report is skewed? It's skewed in the wrong direction, because if CBN says they tightened release of forex, is it because people didn't have it? That's why they couldn't do it. If
They
there was
also
access
say,
to
and
it,
they also said growing reliance on local healthcare options.
It's forced.
if you cannot go abroad, you don't have a choice. Now then,
You have
which
to rely.
one now? The local healthcare, is it our hospitals or churches? You know, churches too are part of the health system now.
Or herbal, or
Or herbal.
traditional medicine.
Nigeria.
Anyway, now people are saying that CBN is self-indictment. That is because you are choking. But you really, I don't know. I hope it's a good sign. I hope it's a good signal.
You know, when Chief Wale Edun was taken abroad for treatment and the rumors were spreading, you know, what Sahara reporters wrote and all that. And they showed a clip of him in London walking around and all that. And people
we spoke about it last week. I don't know.
I put a comment up and I said, well, thank God you're well, but all this London today, France tomorrow, when someone is ill, it has to stop. We need to do something about Nigeria's hospital facilities. If you see the way they came at me online, you know, it was as if I said something that was bad.
As if you're responsible for his sickness.
Truth is very bitter. Truth is very bad, though. Truth can be very bad. You know, it's sometimes it hits you in a bad way. You know,
I think there's an online army.
I hope they're going to add. Yeah.
There's an online army that has been recruited by some of those people in government, because anytime you're critical of what the government is doing wrongly, there's a barrage of messages that will come at you. And then you know that this is targeted and sponsored, because we are talking about how the country can go right and people are literally tearing you up. Then something is amiss.
Okay.
You wonder whether they don't want development.
Yeah, they're doing their job, so to speak. Yeah. The last story, probably because of time. Oh, so I can't play my playlist.
Nigeria's new electoral chief, Professor Joash Amoputon, has vowed to rebuild public trust in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Speaking on his first day in office, Amoputon says the commission must not compromise integrity as it prepares for the Anambra governorship poll in November. He urged unity and professionalism among staff, calling the vote a test of INEC's commitment to free and credible elections. National Commissioner May Agbamuche Umbu described his appointment as timely, saying he inherits a solid foundation laid by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu through innovations like BVAS and the iRev portal.
I don't know whether I should be hopeful that things will change electorally for us. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No, you can only hope against hope.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's the thing. We pray
I don't
that
know
things
because
get better because people don't have that much confidence in INEC, particularly with the last general election, and the whole IREF thing, real time and not real time thing. INEC really messed up, and they lost the confidence of the people. Sincerely speaking, so
hmm.
because if you got that much money and you claim that this is what you want to do with it, which everybody thought, okay, we could follow these things as it drops. And that was the only thing you didn't do. It's going to be hard for anybody to believe you next time you come, except they see an
Yeah.
improvement. So
Yeah.
INEC already lost the people's confidence. Whether Gen Z, whether Gen whatever, or everybody just felt, no, this was not, you got enough money for this thing and you couldn't do it. And they were brazen about the thing. Like they were nonchalant. They didn't explain,
Yeah.
they didn't care. And so for that, everybody just lost it. So I think it's incumbent on this present INEC chair to restore the confidence by acting right.
Amen. Amen. That's my desire that Professor Amupiton will really have a new story to tell us. Okay, Tamara, I think it's possible to squeeze one more story in. I'm looking at where is it now? Yeah, yep. Okay,
We have a caller.
we have the caller. Okay, we have the time is so. Good morning. Good morning, Ambrose. Yes, Pastor Ambrose. Good morning.
The voice of your guest, or is it your analyst, seems to be like that of Pastor
Okay, okay.
I made the program halfway.
Thank you.
You see, all these shenanigans that we see in this country is quite funny and interesting, honestly. Just like you said, you look at Nigeria, and then you just look at it, every little thing, the people travel abroad, education, they go with their children, go to abroad to school. Is there nothing that we can produce other than corruption? These people who are in governance, all they just do is they share the fact every month and then share it among themselves. The only laudable project that they come out to tell us is they have done rules. They have given us street lights. That's all. They are not talking of, look at South Africa. Farm products, agricultural products form, the major part of the economy. You go to South Africa, I've not been there, they said you can travel for 100, 400 kilometers. It's just farm settlement. We are just, all these, what do you call them now? People who are selling houses. They are just selling land up and down. No project that is ginger towards agriculture. You look at it, we don't have factories that produce all of those things when these products are not available. We don't have storage facilities. We have governments that they just come, cajole people, tell them that they should become because it is the best thing. And you begin to ask yourself, is that all they can offer? They come, they make promises, and we start worshiping them. Honestly, when I look at this country, let me tell you something. I love this country. When I had the opportunity to travel, I refused to travel. I'm not more a baby, but when I look at this country today, I see people who are going who will never come back again because of the situation of this country. Who is going to help this country? How are we going to come out of this? The other the finance minister was sick. He went to UK. You say you saw him working. Is that how he will continue? No hospital. All the world has become a global village. All these facilities they are going there for. Can't they bring them here?
Yeah.
So that we can have this thing. Everything in this country is different. The people will produce rice abroad. They will ship it here to be cheap. The one we produce here will be costlier.
Yeah.
Who did this to us? How did we get here? How are we going to get out of this? It's a very painful experience, honestly. And then we have people clapping, just like your analyst said. They are clapping for them that they are doing. I don't want to use any unfriendly language here. Look, my people, this country cannot move forward the way that we are, and it's quite unfortunate the kind of followership that we have. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Ambrose. Yeah, on that sovereign end to the show. It's Bosun. I'm afraid for what the next few years will bring. Okay.
We will survive.
Who survive? What will be your final statement? We are about to leave now.
We still have to keep hope. We'll keep hope alive. I struggle to believe we will get the Nigeria of our dream. It might take a long time, but we will get it.
Yeah. We'll get it. I concur with your prayer. Tamilore, what will be your final statement?
There's something we say at church. Nigeria will be great in our lifetime and in our generation, and I do believe that. We have caller now.
Okay, thank you so much. We cannot take that call. Have 40 seconds to leave the studio. Thank you so much, everyone, including the people that dropped off. Akintunde-Johnson, thank you for joining us. Alex Ogundadegbe, thank you for joining us. And the one that could not join us, Tokunbo, Ojekunle, thank you for keeping hope alive. We'll get well quickly, and very, very soon we'll catch up next week by the grace of God. And to our friends and listeners and watchers out there and viewers out there, keep hope alive. Don't give up on Nigeria. You know, people call, soldier goes, soldier comes, the country remains, or the barrack remains the same. This country will outlive all our problems, and all our problem makers and our troublers. This country will survive, will thrive, and will become great in our lifetime. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next week. That is great.
Our system actually lasted.